Hello, welcome to Let's Talk with me, your host, Irene Solo. Today is another day, right? Beautiful day that the Lord has made for us to rejoice and be glad in it. So, we were talking about love last week. We are continuing with the same topic, and we have different discussions that we have to tackle, different topics. And I believe that we will all be encouraged, changed, and developed. So we're talking about the last time we were speaking about adaptability in love, and somebody asked me a question afterwards. They're like, "How does somebody adapt in love?" And I was like, "We have to, in one point or another, in one way or another, we have to adapt because the person you are getting involved with is somebody that you really don't know. You're just meeting for the first time, or probably you've known each other, but you didn't grow up together. So those are things that makes us. That's the whole idea of courtship, and then we try to know who is who and understand each other. That's why marriage is honorable with the bed and defiled. I always encourage people, try your level best to not to be sexually active with anybody until you're sure of who they are, until you get married. I think that's the whole idea, so that you don't get emotionally distraught at the end. Anyway, let's leave that one for another day. So let's go to Matthew chapter 22, verse 37 to 39 from NIV. The Bible says, Jesus replied, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind." Verse 38 says, "This is the greatest and first commandment. And the second is like it. Love your neighbor as yourself." Love your neighbor as yourself. The reality is, we love ourselves. Most of the time, when you find somebody crying, they're crying because something is hurting them or offending them, or something is not making them feel comfortable. So we love ourselves. So that's why we are encouraged to love our neighbor as we love ourselves. If we don't want anything to hurt us, let us not try and dish out the same issue or the same problem to somebody else. In this verse, Jesus summarizes the essence of the entire law as love for God and for others. Loving God wholeheartedly and loving others as oneself are a fundamental principle in Christian ethics and theology. Not only that, in life. When you love somebody truly, your life will show, your actions will show, your words are supposed to show. There is no way you tell me you love somebody and you're continuously negative, you're continuously bringing them down. That's not love. That's, to me, I call that manipulation. And many of us have found ourselves in the cocoon of manipulating others or always being manipulated. Adaptability in love refers to the ability to adjust, evolve, and accommodate changes within a relationship while maintaining a strong and a healthy connection with one's partner. It involves being flexible, open minded, and willing to navigate challenges and transition together. Remember the part that I'm saying, together, not just one. If you have decided to be in a relationship with somebody, or you have decided that I am in love with this person, or that I love this person, even in the family setting, do things together. It's great. That's why they always say that a family that prays together stays together, because you do things together, you discuss things, and uh, you come out stronger. Unity is strength. Let me tell you that unity is strength. If you never realized it, unity is strength. And it will be something that each and every one of us need to push ourselves to or strive for in the family setting or anywhere that we are. Adaptability in love requires effective communication, empathy, and compromise. It involves being willing to negotiate differences, find creative solutions to conflicts, and support each other through life's ups and downs. It also means being resilient in the face of adversity and embracing change as an opportunity for growth and deeper connection. Cultivating adaptability in love fosters a sense of security, trust, and intimacy within relationship. It allows partners to navigate life's uncertainties with confidence, knowing that they have each other's backs. You know that I am not alone. So and so will hold me. No matter what is happening, I'm not alone. Ultimately, adaptability strengthens the bond between partners and enables them to build a fulfilling and enduring partnership. Let me tell you something that I've come to realize. You have to be humble and you have to be willing to adapt. There, there are cultures that make you feel like the other party is better or the other party is not good enough. I'll give an example. Okay, the cultures that we come from, most of the time, they make you feel like the male partner is better than the female partner. So the female partner is the one to adapt to the male's ways of life. It's not true. We both need to adapt to each other's ways of life. If we really want to have a great home, if we really want to have a great relationship, if we want to raise a great community, trust me, we need to know how to work together, adapt towards each other, and it should not be one-sided. That's what has destroyed community today. We are one-sided, and that's what is causing so much trouble. So I will encourage you, if you decided that you're going to get into a relationship, be willing, be ready and willing to adapt to the other person's ways of life as they do to you. Because the more you humble yourself, the more you will be able to understand each other, and the more you will be able to work together. Love is beautiful, both in the family setting and when you get a partner or romantic setting. Love is beautiful. Well, next time we're going to continue, we'll start talking about the different types of love so you will understand what love is all about. But right now, you need to know that if you are in love, whether you are in love with somebody or you are loved, you are in a family setting and you're all saying we love each other, you need to adapt. You need to understand. Love is all about tolerance. I'll give you an example. Maybe you are two in your family and you realize that the other person talks too much while the other one doesn't. Trust me, sometimes you give the person who talks too much a chance to explain something, because trust me, in the midst of their talking, there will be something positive that will be said. While the one who does not talk too much, also, they have their strong points. Give people a chance to be themselves. When you are in love with somebody, when you are walking in the path or in the journey of love, trust me, be willing to give each and every person a chance to be themselves, and therein you will enjoy that love. Okay, last time I said that we are going to talk about the aimless use of the phrase "I'm sorry." I've seen this so many times. People are in relationships, somebody does something wrong, or even in a family sector, and then the first thing they say, "I'm sorry." Then you're like, why did you do it? But I said I'm sorry. No, that's wrong. You cannot just say you're sorry and expect me to keep quiet and not find out why you did what you did. We aimlessly use the word "I'm sorry." At the end, it destroys the significance of it. Why do we apologize anyway? Have you ever understood why? Okay, Romans chapter 13, verse 10. Love does no harm to a neighbor. Therefore, love is the fulfillment of the law. If love does no harm, why will you go and do something wrong and then you quickly come back, you say you are sorry, you go do it again, and then come back, you say you are sorry? It shows that you are not serious. You are continuously doing somebody else wrong. So love is not like that. Love does no harm to a neighbor. Love does no harm to a brother. Love does no harm to a spouse. I am not saying that people will not make mistakes. No. We are humans. We will make mistakes. And that's how we learn. But Don't be the kind of person that you make a mistake and you're not willing to correct it. You still go back and make the same mistake, and you still expect to be forgiven. And then you use the scripture, say, Jesus said we should forgive 70 times 7. No, if you are in their shoes, will you forgive that much? Don't continuously open your mouth and say you are sorry if you know that you are really not sorry. I encourage people daily to forgive. Forgiveness is beautiful. We will talk about it along the way. Forgiveness is beautiful. But don't take forgiveness for granted. Just because somebody is forgiving you doesn't mean that that person is not okay. Don't take it for granted. This verse underscores that genuine love inherently seeks the well-being of others and aligns with the principles of righteousness and justice. It emphasizes that love is the ultimate expression and fulfillment of God's law. The aimless use of the phrase "I'm sorry" in love can diminish its significance. Most of the time, people have done that. It diminishes the significance and the effectiveness of it. So at the end of the day, when you keep on aimlessly throwing in I'm sorry," it will be hard for anybody to even resolve conflict with that. While apologies are important for acknowledging mistakes, expressing remorse and seeking forgiveness, their impact can dilute it if they are insincere or used excessively, especially without genuine intention to change behavior. So here are some of the things that I will tell you why it is not right for us to continuously use the word "I'm sorry" aimlessly. The first point is it diminishes meaning. That word "I'm sorry" is a very strong word, but if you use it aimlessly, it diminishes its meaning. When apologies are overused or are insincere, they lose their meaning and impact. Partners or brothers or family members may become desensitized to apologies, leading to a lack of trust or belief in the sincerity of the apology. Have you ever had somebody say to you that he always says "I'm sorry" anyway, he does not mean it? So don't just open your mouth every minute something happens, "I'm sorry," and then you don't change from it. If you say you are sorry, turn around. You understand? The second point, avoidance of responsibility. People say "I'm sorry" so that they avoid the responsibility of whatever thing they did, whatever mistake they did. They don't want to be asked. This is a question I always like to ask people. Are you saying you are sorry because you are found or because you are truly sorry? Are you really apologizing to me because you meant to apologize, or you're apologizing because you are caught? Aimless apologies may serve as a way to avoid taking responsibility for one's actions or addressing underlying issues within the relationship. Remember, relationship is family, it can be your spouse, even in the society, with your colleagues, with your friends. Do you understand? So don't just say, when I say relationship, don't just think I'm talking about husband and wife. No, it's broader. Instead of genuinely acknowledging mistakes and working towards resolution, apologies may be used as a quick fix to temporarily appease the other person. "Oh, I'm sorry. It will never happen again." And then 2 weeks down the line, it happens again. "No, but I said I'm sorry." If somebody brings it up, "But I said I was sorry. Why are you still reminding me?" No. That's wrong. The third point, when you aimlessly use the word "I'm sorry," the third point that I wanted to talk about is failure to address the root causes. When you aimlessly use the word "I'm sorry," we end up not being able to address the root cause of the problem. Apologies without genuine efforts to change behavior or address underlying issues within the relationship can result in unresolved conflicts or recurring problems. This can lead to frustration, resentment, and a breakdown in communication and trust over time. There are two people or a family who really stood together, who loved one another. And then maybe your brother or your sister sends you money and they're like, please do this for me, do that. And you say, yes, I will do it. And then you go and you misuse the money. And then when they question you, okay, what happened with the money? You're like, no, I'm sorry, I had to use it. It was important. I had issues to sort out. What were the issues? Explain yourself. This is their money. Explain yourself. No, you don't want to talk about it. It was personal. The money was personal to them also. Okay, let's come to a relationship. Somebody, maybe you're married. The other partner keeps on cheating or doing something wrong, and then you confront. Come on, you did this. They will be like, no, I'm sorry. It was one time. I will never do it again. Or it was my ex. Then you give the person a chance. A month down the line, they do the same thing. When you tell them, but you did this the other time, they'll say, no, it means you never forgave me. Why are you still bringing it back? No, come on. Let us stop aimlessly using the word I'm sorry, because at the end, we will not be able to tackle the root cause of the problem. Let us know why you did what you did. So if you need help, we take another step and give you the help that you need. Stubbornly and rebelliously refusing to open up can cause a lot of problems. Mistrust, miscommunication, resentment. At the end of the day, something that was beautiful will end up being something that is very chaotic because somebody was just not willing to humble themselves. Somebody was aimlessly using the word I'm sorry. Okay. The other point is erosion of trust or removal of trust. Continuous apologies without meaningful change in behavior can erode trust completely. And people will not have confidence in that relationship again. There are people in my life that right now, when they call me, they say, please, can you help me with this? I will not help because in my mind, I'm like, that's what you always do. Even when they are genuinely in need, they have messed my relationship with them. Because it's not the first time, it's not the second time. And another thing, this also comes to even friends. When you're quick to accuse your friend, no, she did this, she did that, or he did that. Have you tried finding out from them before you accuse them? You keep doing that, eventually you remove the erosion of trust. You remove the trust completely. The person will never trust you again because they're like, okay, I may have made a mistake, or I might not have even made the mistake, but you trusted the other party more than you trusted me. The aimless use of the word I'm sorry, something that we like doing. I see kids every time, I'm sorry. I said I'm sorry. No, but I said I'm sorry. No, that's wrong. Don't use it aimlessly. Don't. Let me ask you a question. So you take a gun, you shoot somebody, they die. And then you say to them, you go to the family members, you say, you are sorry. Will the story bring the person back? No. But if you're truly sorry and you change your ways and you stop doing whatever it is that you are doing that made you kill the other person, the other person can look at you and say, yeah, they are truly sorry. They have changed their ways. They've turned on a new leaf. Change your ways for the better. I'm sorry. Aimless use of the word I'm sorry is not good. It destroys, it diminishes people's, it diminishes trust. It destroys people's personality. It destroys people's ability to even think and to be able to do something for other people. Let me tell you something. The aimless use of the word I'm sorry can make somebody change how they treat you. Somebody can be there for you all of your life. They can be willing to do anything for you. But if you aimlessly, every time you do something wrong, they confront you, either you don't want them to go deeper into it, or you're quick at saying, I'm sorry, so that they can leave you alone, eventually they will leave you alone. And when they leave you alone, you'll start thinking they are bad, but no, you are the one who pushed them away. Let us stop aimlessly using the word I'm sorry. This word I'm sorry is very important. The next point, communication breakdown. Aimless apologies can contribute to a breakdown in communication and emotional intimacy within the relationship. If you're always saying, I'm sorry, it gets to a point where I don't even want to hear what you're saying, because the next thing I know that will come out of your mouth if I ask anything is, I'm sorry. So why talk anyway? Partners may feel unheard, invalidated, or dismissed if apologies are used as a substitute for genuine dialogue and understanding. And let me tell you this, my brothers, men are normally good at that. Men will try to avoid any communication just to get rid of any story. I've seen that even with my siblings, my brothers, and my male friends. When they want to just get rid of that, whatever it is we are talking about, men are good at that. They'll be like, no, I'm sorry, let it go. Let's move on. No. Let's talk about this. It's very important for us to talk. It's very important for you to understand why I want to talk. Accountability. Most of the time, another point is accountability. We aimlessly use the word I'm sorry to run away from being accountable. Running away from accountability. No, I'm sorry, I was young. So Christians, they like to use the word, and no, I'm sorry, it was the devil. No. Get up. Take responsibility. Be accountable. Do we understand each other? Be accountable. Know that here I was wrong and learn from it. Don't run away from things and think that things will work out by themselves. I always like to say, life is not a remote, or life is not a TV where you just sit down, take a remote and press it and change to the channel you want it to go to. No, you have to get up. You have to get up and do something. It's very important. So don't stop making people feel like they're remoting people everywhere. I don't know if that's a right statement, but stop using remote on people. You want them to smile, you remote smile. When you want them to jump, you press jump. When you want them to laugh, you press laugh. No, that's not how life is. To avoid the aimless use of apologies in love, it's important for individuals to reflect on their actions, take responsibilities for their behavior, and communicate openly and honestly with each other. Apologies should be sincere, accompanied by efforts to understand and address the underlying issues. Let us see that you're taking actions, right? Let us see that you are willing to change. Effective communication, empathy, and willingness to work towards resolution are key to fostering a healthy and resilient relationship. So from today onwards, please don't just open your mouth and say, I'm sorry. Think fast. It's always good to think before you talk. It's very important. I'm learning that these days. I think about whatever I want to say first before I open my mouth and say it, because it's very important. Every human being is important. The next point I want us to talk about, I will not dive so much deep into it, but this one I'll go deeper into it next week. But I'm just going to give you a taste of it. Damaged people don't know how to love each other. Damaged people don't know how to love each other. I always like to say, you can never give what you don't love, what you don't have. You can never give out what you don't have. If you don't have it in you, how will you give it out? So hence, most of the people who have been hurt, it's easy for them to hurt other people. Those who have come from abusive relationships, it's easy for them to also be abusive. Those who have come from bullying environment, it's easy for them to also bully. Those who have come from families where everybody is always shouting and screaming on everyone, it is easy for them to do the same because that's what they've learned. Those who have come from manipulative environments, it's easy for them to transfer the same manipulation to others. Those who have come from aggressive environments, it's easy for them to also be aggressive to other people. Hence, check yourself, find out and learn yourself. No, okay, this is where I'm coming from. How can I change for the better? Stop using your past as an excuse to be where you are right now. It's not fair for the people you meet along the way because everybody has a past. Always remember that everybody has a past. But how you handle it is what matters. You are better than your yesterday, but today you have an opportunity to be better. Today you have an opportunity to change for the better. Today you have an opportunity to fix what you did wrong yesterday. Today you have an opportunity to break down the wrong and build another one. Today you have an opportunity to start a new foundation. So I understand the whole point of damaged people don't know how to love each other. It's an excuse. It's a statement that has been used so many times, but there's a part that many people try to forget, that no matter how damaged you are, you can decide that no, I'm no longer going to be damaged goods. That's what they think. But I can use this damaged situation and turn it around for the good. I like the illustration of the story in the Bible for Jabez. Jabez was born and the mother called him pain. So in everything about Jabez was pain, to an extent that the mom had to call him pain. That's not fair, but that was his reality. Jabez got to a point where he said to himself, no, I don't want this anymore. And what did he do? He prayed. He prayed and asked God to help him out and to change his name and to bless him. In other words, God, that was my yesterday. Yesterday, I might have been pain. Yesterday, I might have been brought up in pain. Yesterday, I might have been born in a painful situation or painful environment. But today, I need something different. So I encourage you, please, beloved, know that in you is embedded greatness. In you, there is love. In you, there is peace. In you, there is something greater than what you think. So you need to challenge yourself and start getting up and do something new. Forget about your yesterday. Fix your today, because today is an opportunity for better. I'll leave you all with that for now. Meet you again next week. And remember, you are born to be authentic, not flawless. Or rather, you are born to be real, but not perfect. Bye, you all. Love you, and God bless.